Okay, so in a series of videos that I'm going to be making about affordably holidaying over here in Mallorca, I thought I'd pop down here to Santa Ponsa to show you where possibly maybe one of the cheapest places or the most affordable supermarkets you can shop in the resort. I'm right outside the big Eroski, so let's jump out of the car, let's head on inside and I'm going to show you what you can expect if you're over here shopping on holiday. Okay, so just to give you a very quick location check, just come off the motorway here and we're entering Santa Ponsa on Avenida Jaime Primero. This road here will take you right up into the resort and towards the beach. Now on the main high street here we do have several shops, got a pharmacy, we've got lots of cafes. I have taken a few walks up here in the past, go and check out those videos. We're also right outside of a bus stop as well, which is quite handy. But let's head on up into Eroski and let's go and check that out. So Santa Ponsa isn't necessarily easy to park in, but there is plenty of free parking and there is a free car park here right in front of this huge Eroski. Here, look, as soon as you walk in, we've come up to a fantastic champagne display. Look, want to get yourself some Moët for 61 euros. Or if you're here on the budget, look, €5. Right next to the Moët, you've got the cheaper version. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say is don't come in here without a t-shirt on. I've just seen some holidaymakers being stopped because they were shirtless coming on into Eroski. But I'm really surprised by this supermarket. They've got so much stuff here, so let's go and check it out. So as soon as you come on into Eroski, if you take a right here, look at all these health food products. It's part of the Veritas brand. We have the Veritas supermarkets actually all around the islands, but look, it's all bio. Look, bio products. We've got crunchy chocolate flakes, that kind of thing, that €3.79. But look, if you want your soya milk, they've got it all here, all rice milk too. In fact, look, even these biscuits are actually really yummy. I just recommend those. They're €3.15. So they do have a sliced bread here. I don't really recommend buying it. This is bimbo stuff, look. It's €2.90. You're better off going to the bakery and picking up a baguette for like 50 cents or something, but we'll head along there later. Various crackers as well, look. A little bit like Ryvita. We've also got a few English products as well. Look at this Cars table water biscuits, €1.70. I absolutely love those. I might actually have to get some. We've also got tuck biscuits as well. If you're looking for something a little bit more Mallorquin, look, we've got localitas, little small Kayleys. So that baguettes, 39 cents, absolute bargain. Get slightly different variations as well for around 90 cents or 71 cents. Really lovely fresh bread, look, all around here. Plus you've got your empanadas, which are like meat pies too. They are, look, €3.80 for two. Also all your biscuits as well, tons of biscuits. And as well, look, plenty of biscuits as well without any sugar in, sin azúcares. Got loads of cereals, look, we've even got like locally made granola as well. But look, we've got plenty of brand stuff. The box of cornflakes it's about €4.95, just under 5, but look, you've got Frosties as well, and Weetabix. Plenty of choice actually. Look what I found buried down here. I haven't seen this anywhere on the island. You can get Yorkshire tea here. Look, €4.49. Thanks to everyone who's brought it out for me. I mean, there's not very much of it here. There's about 2, 4, 6 boxes, but we do stock it here in Santa Ponsa in the Eroski. Even more expensive than oil. Look, we've got some Marmite and Bovril here. Now I'm looking at stuff here that I am actually interested in. I don't know if you guys would be too, but look. Got even more English products here, and I'm looking down here at the Heinz baked beans. But baked beans, €1.50 a can. And if you're coming here out of season, look, they even do Heinz soups too. So I'm standing in front of what looks like a wall of milk. Like approximately, just to give you an idea here, look, a litre of milk here is around €1. You can get it for less, you can get it for more. But we've got all your other different types of milk here as well, lactose free, extra calcium, soy milk, oat milk, everything. And you have a better selection of crisps than you get over in Mercadona, I have to say. Look, we've actually got some Lay's crisps here, which are a little bit like Walkers. I normally shop in Mercadona Supermarket actually, but look, we've got some Lay's campesinas, are very delicious. Just to give you an idea of price. And look, they've got these baked chips as well, look, campesinas, 50% less fat. How much are they? €2.09. Plus these ones as well, these are very, very yummy. I haven't seen them for a while. Mercadona used to do them, but they don't do them now. €1.85. And if you want something to blow your mind as well, look, Takis are the local chips here, €2.40. These are very, very spicy, very, very spicy indeed. So I do want to get some olives today, and my favourite olives in Mallorca are the Roseo brands, €4.95. A massive jar. You can probably sneak a jar of them home in your case actually. Let's see what else I've got. Look, cans of olives here for €1.79. Ah, but these ones here, look, Mercadona used to do these. I used to absolutely love these. I'm so glad I've come here today actually. Olives with lemon, €2.35. I'm going to drop some of these into my basket today. Okay, what else? Right, we're just coming up to the fruit and veg section. Let's go and have a look at some nice melon. Best thing to get on holiday. But look, you've also got the tomatoes as well. Those are Mallorquin tomatoes. You can tell these are grown on the islands. They're not perfect, but they are very yummy. So I'd really recommend getting your fruit and veg from the marketplaces. Yes, it's fairly priced here, but they're a lot bigger. And but the fruit and veg you're going to get directly from the farmers is going to be a lot nicer. Comes to me, look, we've got loads of ready meals here as well, just off from the fruit and veg. €3.19 for a pizza if you're self-catering. Sandwiches for €2.85. And also just looking at the ready-made salads here, look, €2.44 will get you kind of a wrap that you can make up. Or look, a tuna salad. And while we're on the subject of ready meals, look, we've got plenty of sushi here as well. It's actually quite expensive. I'd rather actually go to somewhere like Dragon Sushi in Palma Nova, where you can get all you can eat for €16 or something. But look, €7.50 for a little sushi dish here. You're better off going to the restaurants, I think. But anyway, this is what they've got. Look, they've got a whole platter here. I could polish that off for lunch, but I'm not going to pay the best part of €20 for that. Would rather go to a restaurant. Mallorquin sausages as well, just having a quick look at the meat section. You can see the prices here. Don't forget, you've got to polish these off. If you're going back to the UK, you have to polish them off while you're on holiday. Can't take them back to the UK. The sniffer dogs will be out in customs, but if you're not going to the UK, or maybe you want to take some of these home with you, but they are Mallorca approved. So I'm just standing in front of the cheese here. We've got various different cheeses, and I've even seen a little bit of cheddar here for €2.75. I mean, it's barely a slice. I think I'll wait till I go to the UK to pick that up. But look, you've got some curry coal down here as well. €5.80, yikes, a little bit pricey. I'm just coming over to the sauces. Loads of sauces here, look. Got everything from Tabasco, your mayonnaises, and look, all your ketchups as well. Chili hot ketchup. Is there some sugar-free ketchup there as well, most likely. Barbecue sauce too. Absolutely brilliant. Why don't I ever come shopping to Eroski and Santa Ponsa? I think we'll have to make this a regular thing in the winter. Loads of Brit products here as well, which as much as I shop in Mercadona, and I often shop in Mercadona and Lidl, it's great to see some of these here. Look, all just massive variations on normal products like truffle mayonnaise. Goodness me. Look, they've even got a massive selection of recently cut up cheese as well. What's this? Dutch cheese. Marzedam or something, can't pronounce it. A bit of camembert as well. Look, loads of different cheeses here. Look at this, there's even a little bit of Wensleydale here with arándanos, cranberries. €3.97. Never thought I'd see that here. Also, look, check this out, look, €2.49 gets you some fouette. Slice it up, have it with the Caileys. Got loads of other sausages here too. And look, a huge ham on stall and even a bigger cheese area too. Also as well, don't worry if you haven't bought any toiletries with you. Look, they've got a massive selection of shampoos and conditioners. I'm just going to slowly wander down, you can get an idea of prices. It's quite similar actually to the UK, just taking a little look. Look, mozzie repellent and treatment. Just give an idea of prices here. Look, and we've got a massive selection here of plugins as well. Really recommend coming to get these, even if it's just for a week you're staying. €6 will get you an anti-mosquito plug-in. You won't regret it actually. I mean, it only takes one mosquito to ruin your night's sleep, and they're pretty effective. And you may want to save getting your toothpaste to actually come over here to Mallorca. I've seen the prices in Northern Europe, particularly in the UK, and they're very, very expensive. And if you're brave enough to cook, look, we've even got a seafood stall here. Look, we've got everything here from crabs to fresh fish and prawns. Actually looks all right, to be honest. This is the first fish stall I've been to that hasn't had a really, really strong smell to it, so I think it's all pretty much fresh here. Okay, just taking a look at the waters here, look. I'm just going to put out a quick warning here. This Vice Catalan water is fizzy and it's very salty as well. It's good actually if you've been on the beach all day. But look, €1.14 does get you 8 litres of water. If your tummy gets upset when you're on holiday as well, you might want to pick up a bottle of this Bazoya water here. That is 74 cents per bottle if you've got little kids. That's quite easy on the stomach. And we're coming over to our 50-cent cans of San Miguel beer. And also as well, look, if you're over here with kids and fussy eaters, you can get Finder's fish fingers here, €4.45. And some local ones too. Okay, let's go and take a quick look down the alcohol aisle. Look, Guinness, €3.10 a can. My favourite beer over here is Estrella Damm, €4.15 for 6 bottles of beer here. 24 cans of San Miguel here, €17.35. I'm not going to cover all the beers here, but look, just to give you a very, very rough idea. Got shandies as well, also alcohol-free beer. That's probably the best one. Quick look at the wines. Look, Campo Viejo Rioja, €5.15. That's very nice. Faustino as well. I think you can get this in Sainsbury's in the UK. Look, €5.19. And that from the islands as well, Jose Ferrer, just under €8 for a bottle. Plus as well, look, you've got a really, really good selection of Mallorquin wines here. You've got Masia Batley for €8. I'm just going to pan the camera around. If you're wanting to take something back that's really special, this is nice. I remember having this years ago. Have it every now and again. €26 a bottle. Don't have it often though, funnily enough, not for that price. But if you are looking for a really nice bottle of wine, do take that back. If you're wanting something cheap and drinkable, then this Al Bali wine here for €2.70 will hit the spot. But look, vino over here in Spain is still really, really inexpensive, and it's plentiful too. And let's not forget the Freshenet, €7 for a bottle. This is Cava, super inexpensive. Anyway, let's go to the checkout. Okay, so I'm not really a massive fan of Eroski. I have to say we do have a small Eroski city supermarket in Cala, and it's very, very expensive. But over here in Santa Ponsa, we've got a huge Eroski supermarket and it's packed full of, well, everything you need for your holiday, plus a great selection of British products too, if that's something you're looking for. And I've got to admit, I am rather surprised to find many things in here, even Yorkshire tea as well. Can't believe it. I normally use, for British products, I normally go to Nice Price over in Port Nels, I should say. That's a great place. But then if you're over here on holiday, you're going to find really good value over here. It's a little bit of a walk from some of the hotels. It depends where you're staying in Santa Ponsa, but I see there's a bus stop right outside, so you could technically get the bus over here too as well. Anyway, everyone, I will be out and about around the islands. I'm going to show you where we can find some good value over here in Mallorca. It's not all doom and gloom here on the island. You can get some good value deals over here on the island. So in the meantime, if you haven't done so already, consider subscribing to the channel. You can also find me in the Facebook group and on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun. And I'm going to drop a couple of videos appearing both here and here to help you out with your holiday. Okay, I'll be back in Santa Ponsa soon, so I'll catch you on that video. But in the meantime, thanks very much for watching. I shall see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.